I'm going to put the link to the short film in the description below if you would like to watch it, to get in the fall spirit, to get in the Halloween spirit, to get in the gay, depressing spirit, which many of you may already possess. Many such cases. But instead you can watch me in a short film going through it instead of you. So yeah. All right, and with that being said, let's look at some bad Halloween costumes, y'all. Okay, this one is World War II evacuee. This has to be like edited or something, right? Oh my gosh, it's real and they have a boy version. Not Pinterest World War II evacuee costume ideas. Not on Pinny. Not, oh, Ruby's official evacuee boy costume. Evacuee wartime fancy dress costume 10 to 12 years. Wait, hello? Why would they do this? Why? Like, oh honey, what are you for Halloween? And then the kid says, longing for better days. Anticipating the warmth of my father's hug when he comes home from war if he doesn't die first. Oh. Great. Right. Anyway, here's your Kit Kat. Make sure your parents check your candy in case there's a bayonet in there. Like, I'm just, is this supposed to be, like, cute or something? I mean, I guess it's cute because they're kids. So I guess a kid is, like, I mean, I'm sure there were cute World War II evacuees. Like, I get that everyone wants to serve in their Halloween costume, but that doesn't mean in the war, you know. There are many ways to serve that are not in the war. Many ways to slay that are not at the expense of another person's life in the war. Especially for kids. You know, like, I'm not gonna be putting my kid in a gray bodysuit and then say he's a bullet from the French Revolution. Okay, what what is this? Is this a riddle? The early white man with glasses and a blood-spattered t-shirt gets the lion head? Okay, so I think he's a dentist because he has a giant tooth on his breast pocket, right? And dentistry equipment in there. So what is this? The Wild Dentist? DreamWorks, I have a sequel for you. Instead of a wild robot developing humanity and experiencing love, you can do that with a dentist. I am gonna Google white guy dentist lion head and see if this is like a meme or something. Minnesota dentist acknowledges killing beloved lion Cecil. Killing of Cecil the lion. U.S. dentist Walter Palmer regrets killing Zimbabwe lion. Oh my gosh. There's a dentist who killed a lion named Cecil. How dare he? And now people are being him for Halloween? Well, I guess people are literally like Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween. So, I don't know. It seems a little niche. Don't you think? Or maybe this is the straight people's version of when gay people are like, I'm gonna be Charlie XCX's high heel in her H&M campaign. Or I'm gonna be the microphone that Troye Sivan simulates fellatio on at his concert. Or, you know, this was probably culturally relevant for its time because there were a bunch of articles on it. So, God, if I were that lion, I would be pissed. Trust, believe I would be pissed. Or if I were a part of Cecil's pride, I would say, let's go, girls. We are going to go to this dentist's house. U.S. dentist Walter Palmer. Walter Palmer, you wouldn't be needing to count your days. You would be needing to count your days because there's a different pride that's going to be taking over America. And I'm not talking about the woke agenda. I'm not talking LGBT. I'm talking Cecil's pride. Oh, wow. Okay, I might need to censor this one a little bit. But so one guy is a toilet and the other guy is Nakey Johnson and sitting on him, presumably taking a dump. I mean, talk about a public restroom. This is pretty much as public as it gets, you know. Cute couple's costume idea. I love that the guy is just completely naked. I'll see some posts sometimes that are like, when the shit is so intense that you need to take all of your clothes off. And is that Do you guys relate to that? Sorry, here I go with my my quota of talking about shit at least once a video. But I've never personally felt like, whoa, the guts are bubbling so much so that I need to free the nipple right now. Like, I think I'm going to have a prolapse rectum, so I need to magic mic it right now. Newspaper's a nice touch. Very, okay, vintage. Okay, classic, right? And I think this is how you know that that this photo might have been taken a long time ago, because the modern version of this would be sitting on iPhone and scrolling through TikTok. You know what I would do if I was the toilet guy? I would roam around with my mouth constantly full of water and I would spit on people and say I was a bidet. Okay, sexy minion, baba booey. Off-putting that the model is seemingly a mannequin? Don't like that. And also, it's nice that for Halloween, there really is nothing off limits to be sexy, right? You know, Christmas is about hope and love and family, and Halloween is about slutitry and whorism. You know, imagine you're out for Halloween weekend, you see the sexiest woman you've ever seen in your life, you tap her on the shoulder and you ask, hey, I couldn't help but notice you, what's your name? And she replies, banana. Like, I'm just picturing, you know, she turns around all sultry and then she goes, banana baboy, banana baboy. Oh gosh. Yeah, let me know if you guys would think that was a turn on, or if you would, if you, oh no. Okay, my ring light randomly shut off, so I think that's nature's way of telling me that it's time to move on. Oh, whoop. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I see. Okay, so genuinely, the problem that I have with this costume is, I understand that Halloween is, you know, supposed to be all fun and games and it's not supposed to be serious, but it does get to a certain point where it's like, can we not dress up as me? You know? I understand I'm a public figure, it's kind of a downside of my job or whatever, but I think for me, as someone who is a puss of the E magnet, it's something I struggle with every day. I walk outside and women are completely fawning over me. They are throwing themselves at me. I have to physically dodge their advances. Like, you know, whenever I go into a coffee shop, the barista is always asking me, you know, can I get a name for that order? Or, you know, the female cashier is always asking me if I found everything okay. You know, it's like, they want me so bad. Okay, this lesbian ass Trump. They were being very generous with his hair. Yeah, his toupee looks nothing of the sort. Also, not orange enough. You know, if you're selling a Donald Trump costume, I mean, it needs to come with the worst quality fake tanner that it could cause chemical burns and needs to have like a nationwide recall. You need to look like a honey glazed carrot. And here's the thing. And I'm not even joking, a honey glazed carrot has more sex appeal than Donald Trump. I can honestly say, and I understand that I don't even like men like that, but I'm sure many straight women would agree. Taking a bite of a honey glazed carrot could get me light years closer to an orgasm than this soft shell crab looking man ever could. I think it would be funny if Trump used this wig. Like, just something so different from his usual toupee. He needs to get a wig of like a fuck-ass bob. I want him to be building that wall, and the wall in question is a blunt bang. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just gonna leave this here and see how many of you are old enough to know what this is, alright? Because I think a middle schooler, or maybe even a high schooler now, might not know what this is. They might see this image and just be like, what is she supposed to be? A woman with bad fashion sense? Yeah, so your costume, you're, a woman who bought an ugly dress? Big balls lottery. Scratch balls and win. Very tasteful, very tasteful. Though honestly, men, they are itching their balls so much so that it does seem like they're winning a prize for doing so. You know, y'all are digging in there like it really is for gold. But honestly, I get it, because I feel that way when I'm wearing a pad, and I can only imagine how two fleshy sacks would feel. I'm sitting with my legs crossed right now. If I had balls, if I had ballianas, trust and believe, like I get why men manspread, because otherwise